The third award category this evening is the Bereskin and Parr Diversity Award. This award recognizes a law department that demonstrated an innovative approach to encourage and promote diverse and inclusive workspaces, either within their company or organization or more broadly across their industry. Our judges in assessing the nominees were especially interested in how gaps or issues were identified, as well as how solutions were reached and implemented. Finally, they considered how did the law department's approach fit into the bigger organizational picture. Joining me to present the Bereskin and Parr Diversity Award is Scott McKendrick, partner and member of the executive committee.
Thanks, Kelly. As she just mentioned a moment ago, my name is Scott McKendrick. I'm an IP litigator at Bereskin and Parr, but most importantly, my pronouns are he, him, and his. Let me stop on this point for a moment. Why did I tell you about my pronouns? Hopefully, it's a message to those here tonight who are trans and non-binary, that there are people in this room like me, like my firm, like the award recipient, who are trying to make our workspaces a safe place for all people of diverse backgrounds, including trans and non-binary people. 6 weeks ago, Stats Canada reported that 1/3 of 1% of Canadians 15 and older are trans or non-binary, and that just under 1 in 100 young adults aged 20 to 24 are trans or non-binary. For many of our firms and companies, 1 in 100 of our youngest team members are quite likely trans or non-binary. Bereskin and Parr is one of Canada's largest IP practices. We came into being in 1965. That was a rather challenging decade, partly because the Leafs were 2 years away from their last Stanley Cup. But I think for this room, more notably because it was a difficult time for minority law students to find articling positions in a specialized practice area like IP. To help put this time in perspective, Justice Bereskin joined the Ontario Court of Appeal in 1965. It wasn't until he joined the Supreme Court of Canada 5 years later that a Jewish person sat on our highest court. And it wasn't until another 13 years that Justice Bertha Wilson sat on the court, and it wasn't until another 39 years that Justice Mahmoud Jamal sat on the court. I like to say that Bereskin and Parr's DNA, and DNA is an area in which our leading life science practitioners and our litigators practice, is built on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Our approach to DEI is founded in mutual respect. And part of what we're seeking to achieve with this award and the corresponding award at the Canada Law Awards is to cast light on DEI work and initiatives from which we can all learn and be inspired. Do we have an envelope? So for those of you who read ahead, you'll know what I'm about to say, but there is an envelope. Which is remarkably hard to open. There we go. The 2022 CGCA Bereskin and Parr Diversity Award recipient is Purelator Canada.
Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you to the Canadian General Counsel Awards and its sponsors. Thank you to our nominators, McCarthy's, Gowlings, Faskins. You're blazing trails in the DEI space that I actually didn't think I would see in my lifetime in private practice. While there's still much to do, I'm encouraged by the earnest desire and growth that I've already seen. I want to thank my mentors, who encouraged me to lean into leading diversity and inclusion, notwithstanding my very full plate as a new GC. Little did I know at the time how much lighter my load would be with an army of colleagues who share these values doing so much of the heavy lifting. Purelator legal team, can you please stand up for a minute? So that diverse legal team helped Purelator navigate risk, support explosive growth, and manage rapid change during COVID. So thank you to our legal team. I'm accepting this award on your behalf tonight. Your commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion shows up every day, whether it's implementing gender-neutral language in a policy, improving processes by suggesting the removal of systemic barriers, are hosting our monthly social justice movie club that's celebrating its 2nd year anniversary this month. You do it all with passion. Lawyers are generally not taught to be lawyers. Lawyers are generally not taught to be leaders, but our lawyers are definitely leaders in the DEI front. We have, Freudian slip. We have a pretty special workplace, and it's an honor and a joy to work with all of you. I also want to thank the leadership team at Purelator for supporting me and trusting me. We have learned together, and working with you as powerful allies will continue to make real change. I bring my whole self to work, clearly, and I'm able to perform at a high level because of it. I appreciate that you see the value in unlocking the power across the organization. Finally, here we go. I would like to thank my family, especially my sons, Miles and Canum, who are here with me tonight. When I started law school, they were only 2 and 5 years old. They've sacrificed a lot of mom's time, as Sophia mentioned earlier. And I only hope to honor them by making it just a little bit easier for people who look like them to enjoy all the opportunities that life has to offer. Thank you.